All right, sounds good.
All right, everyone. This is Dr. Megan Miller.
And this is Joe Smith.
And it's We'll Decide Wednesday. It's been a really long time since I've posted these, by the way, so I need to remind that. I don't even know when the last time was that I did. All right, we're going to go ahead and spin the wheel. Like, I definitely know we did favorite guilty pleasure already.
I know we did do better shout out too.
I don't even know if we did favorite COVID moment.
We have.
Have we? All right. Yeah. Well, then we're going to do reflections on FABA and Couch to Camp.
All right. Awesome.
Sorry, Wheel. You do not win today. I need to get this wheel situated. All right. Do you want to go first, Joe, or do you want me to?
I'll let you go first since Couch Camp happened first. I had to go back and think about FABA for me.
Okay. All right. So I will set my timer. I actually have a Facebook Live pre-recorded video that I'm going to have tomorrow. I don't know, it depends on if I have time to stream it or not, but I did record some reflections and I will be sharing those on my Facebook. But for the Couch to Camp, it was just such an amazing experience. When I planned Couch to Camp, I had no idea if anyone would even register for it. I just felt like it was something I needed in the field. And I was like, well, if no one signs up, at least I will enjoy some time with a few of my friends and it'll be relaxing. But just, with the pandemic and everything, this was the first in-person event that most people had been to since the pandemic started. And the company that we used, Camp Powerment, that helped curate the content besides the behavior analytic content, these women are just phenomenal. So there was so much professional and personal growth that happened in those couple of days. And the campground was amazing. It was called Lake Bryn Mawr. It was up in the Poconos. So nice, pretty fall trees. One of the biggest things that I was not prepared for was the number of people that were attending who have been really traumatized by our field, by supervisors who tell them they're weak because they won't use hands-on procedures and that they're not true behavior analysts and that they're bad behavior analysts. When I first started presenting on alternatives to traditional escape extinction and trying to help people develop more humane ways to interact with their clients, it was from a space of wanting to benefit the clients and do things in a more humane and compassionate way. I never realized the impact that engaging in these procedures and the way that people were being treated in our field for not wanting to engage in these procedures. I just never even thought of that. I was fortunate that was something I didn't experience. And it was really mind-blowing, eye-opening, and sad, to be honest, that this was just a small sample of the number of people in our field that are experiencing such difficulty from their supervisors around using more humane procedures. And it just blew my mind. So it was very humbling and also, like I said, eye-opening. I can't even believe the courage it took for each of the women that talked about their experiences to share what they'd experienced with complete strangers, and to have that moment to meet other people who'd been through similar experiences and realize that what we're doing is better. Just like the name says, but that there's a community of people and that they're not alone. It was just, that to me was the most impactful. And I see Jenna Lee's on, she was there at the camp. I can't tell who else is here, so feel free to say hi. I am over my time. That was not very much of a reflection because I talked about one thing, but hopefully y'all enjoyed it.
That was awesome though. I can help you out with the reflection piece too. Do we have any other comments in Facebook or?
Nope, not yet.
Okay, perfect. And if you guys have a reflection or want to talk about your experiences, go ahead and put a message on our feed. That'd be great. So then we can talk about it as well. But I'm gonna set my timer up as well.
Oh, sorry, real quick before you go,
Go ahead.
Khadijah, who's on live with us through Zoom, said, for my reflection of that was one important thing, it sounds like. So yes, it was very important.
Yeah. I did not get, so I'm gonna start my timer and I'll help you out with more of the reflection piece. Because I got to see all the amazing cool videos and things that you were doing from the outside from when you guys were posting on Facebook and Instagram. And it looks like it was such a solid experience. And that there was a lot of hard conversations and like you guys had a lot of breakthroughs with just like your practice and realizations of like where you are currently and where you would like to go. And it looked such like an amazing, empowering conference, basically. Yeah, like seriously, like just like the affirmations that you were guys writing and goals that you were writing down. It just sounded like it was such a great experience. And more so than what you would just get at a normal conference too.
That was the goal.
That was goal. So and you hit the nail on the head too. Megan, is this your first time at hosting Couch Camp?
That was the first time, yeah, for that whole event. I don't know that we're going to do the full thing again because it was really involved. But I definitely think the camp is something we'll continue to host. I'm not sure. We're going to do a survey to see if it'll be an annual thing or like a biannual thing because it's expensive and there's nothing I can do about that. You get room and board, and the food was amazing. Like so good. I came home and I'm like, oh, I have to cook my own food now. That was probably one of the best parts too. It was like, not only were you there and like getting to take care of yourself and learn, but you didn't have to worry about like what you were going to eat or who was going to cook or do the dishes or any of that stuff either. And it was good food, like so good. They even had vegan options. And the women that were there that are vegan said it's some of the best vegan food they've ever had at a camp.
Wow. Like, at a camp in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you don't have to worry about where to store your food after you bought some food at the grocery store. That was the one thing I was upset about at FABA is like the refrigerators.
Yeah.
You can't use.
Yeah, you couldn't use those at FABA.
You couldn't use them, but that's okay. That's okay. FABA was a great experience though. It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot. Especially the supervisor handbook training that Hannah, Carly, and Dr. Cruz presented. That was amazing. I actually ordered a book and I'm super excited to start using it with my supervisees. Just because it's so well done. And I want to be a better supervisor, and it gives you the framework needed to tell your supervisees, hey, this is the stuff that we need to work on. I'm going to check you off. And I love how it's set up like the AFOS. It's like, it's just beautifully done.
Yeah. Yeah. Carly was at camp too. So that was awesome having her there to contribute to things as well. So that book it's going to be a game changer for our field. I'm so excited about it.
I totally believe in it, but believe in it too. That's why I bought it, and that's why I'm super excited to use it. But yeah, great presentation. FABA was great. Your Couch Camp, like there's nothing like it in our field. Nothing.
Yeah. One of my favorite things about it is that we had the experts from fields outside of behavior analysis. So I'll tell this story real quick and then we need to hop off because I know you're tired and I need to get home. But when we first planned the camp, so Camp Powerment gives you this like packet of experts to choose from, and you get to decide like what events you're going to do. So when we looked at the different experts and offerings, the one woman, her name's Caitlin, she had some stuff where it was like, kind of getting in touch with your emotions and physiologically what comes up for you and how to like navigate all that. And she also did hypnotizing. And when we were planning it, we were like, oh, I don't know if behavior analysts are ready for that. I don't think, because I was back in like 2000 or like fall of 2019. We were like, I'm not so sure we can convince people that that's something they should go to. So we didn't pick her. We picked this other woman who was more like professionally based and talked about like imposter syndrome and stuff. Well, with the pandemic and the date changes, she was no longer available. So we had Caitlin as like the backup. She is like one of the most brilliant people. She's only 34. She is like, has so much expertise, so fluent in what she's talking about. And the different like meditations and activities she worked us through were like exactly like you would experience from an ACT realm. And just her intuition, like I hope someday someone can like behavior analyze how people do this, but her ability to like connect to what people were saying and like help pull stuff out for them and like make breakthroughs like right in the moment was just phenomenal. But she's also like one of those people who she wasn't satisfied with like the counseling, just the basic counseling training. She started seeking out different things and like synthesizing it like I like to do in behavior analysis. She was just brilliant. There is literally nothing else like this because no other conferences are pulling in people like that, right? Like we're always just like behavior analyst. So, and then Gabby, who did the yoga, she was phenomenal as well. And then Tammy and Chelsea, who are the owners and like run everything, were just like the best, most like exuberant, like get you involved playing games and just being happy. And they just provided so much praise and support. But what was also really cool that I was not prepared for, that was different from similar events I've been to, but again, we had like this whole support system, is some people had some really intensive, like groundbreaking personal developments, and they needed someone to talk to about it. And I was not that person. So it was nice that like all of the staff from Camp Powerment and like the experts were available like basically 24/7. They kept saying it like, hey, if something came up for you during these activities, like come talk to me one-on-one. We can, go into it more detail and like make sure you have the support you need. And that was absolutely necessary because I've been at similar events where that support was not provided. They just kind of like make you cry and then you walk away and you're on your own. You're like, well, how do I deal with that major thing I just realized for myself?
Yeah.
So,
That sounds phenomenal. Like absolutely well organized and well done.
yeah. And again, it wouldn't have been possible without like, if we hadn't contracted with Camp Powerment. Like, I'm so excited I found them because they were amazing. So, but anyway, it is 9:21. I said this was going to be a fast one, and here we are still talking. I could talk about it forever. But I hope everyone has a good rest of the week. We don't have any other events going on for the collective this week, but next week we will not have any events either because I'll be traveling. So I'll see you all in a couple weeks. So we won't, Joe, I don't know if I've told you this yet. I definitely deleted it, but we don't have We'll Decide Wednesday next week because I'll be in Arizona/Washington.
Okay.
All right.
Fine. And
Bye,
then
everybody.
I also put down the book title, The Supervision Handbook,
Yes,
A Guide to Quality and Applied ABA Fieldwork, just in case anyone was wondering.
I'll put it in the chat on Facebook too. All right. Bye, everyone. Have a good night.
Bye.